Today, we're going to tell you the storyline of a movie called Charlie's Angels from the year 2019. Telling us the story of a team of skilled female spies working under the guidance of their unseen employer Charlie embark on a mission to protect a revolutionary energy conservation device from falling into the wrong hands, uncovering a web of corruption, betrayal, and international conspiracy along the way. And without further ado, let's get straight to the video. But before we start, please support our channel by subscribing and click the bell icon for future notifications. Now, let's start. The movie begins in Rio de Janeiro, where Sabina Wilson engages in a flirtatious conversation with her target, Johnny Smith. During their interaction, Johnny makes derogatory comments about women. In response, Sabina demonstrates her skills by subtly incapacitating him using the curtains. Before his guards can intervene, Sabina is joined by her fellow angel, Jane Kano. Together, they fight off the guards.
How many? 9! Children, refugees! I'm your girlfriend now!
Soon after, they are approached by their supervisor, John Bosley, who commends their performance. After obtaining all the necessary information from Smith, Sabina and Jane leave the scene with the other angels. In a separate storyline, tech developer Elena Hockley meets with her boss, Peter Fleming, to discuss their latest creation, Callisto. Callisto is a groundbreaking invention designed to revolutionize the power industry. However, Elena discovers a dangerous glitch in the system. While Elena believes they should bring this issue to Alexander Brock, the CEO of Brock Industries, Peter prefers to cover it up. Dismissed by Peter, Elena receives a card with the Angels logo from his secretary, Ingrid. John Bosley meets with Rebecca Bosley and the other Bosleys to celebrate his retirement from the Townsend Agency. As the longest-serving Bosley and a close friend of Charlie, the enigmatic voice behind the agency, John receives a final call from Charlie expressing gratitude for his service and wishing him well in his retirement. In Hamburg, Elena and her assistant Langston join Fleming in a presentation to Alexander Brock, showcasing their groundbreaking invention, Callisto. Callisto has the potential to provide clean energy and integrate with various appliances, positioning Brock Industries as a leader in the energy sector. Although impressed with the work, Brock and Fleming secretly conspire to undermine Elena's contributions. Meanwhile, Edgar Bosley gathers Sabina and Jane for a mission involving the surveillance of Elena. They meet in a cafe where Elena reveals her intentions to expose her superiors for attempting to suppress Callisto despite being aware of its potential risks. As Sabina and Jane keep a watchful eye on Elena, an assassin named Hodak lurks in the shadows. Edgar notices the threat and tries to warn Elena, but Hodak launches an attack. In a swift response, the Angels leap into action, ensuring Elena's safety and evacuating her from the cafe. Jane engages in a brief fight with Hodak before she and Edgar manage to secure Elena in a van. Hodak relentlessly pursues them, unleashing a barrage of gunfire. Jane retaliates with her own weapon, but Hodak manages to injure Edgar in the neck, causing the van to plunge into the river. Tragically, Edgar loses his life in the incident. However, Jane successfully frees Elena from the sinking vehicle. Before Hodak can deliver a fatal blow, Sabina intervenes, tripping him with her motorcycle. Hodak sets off an explosion to create a diversion and escapes the scene. Boz, the new Bosley, arrives to pick up the Angels. Elena is visibly shaken by the events, while Jane is quietly devastated by Edgar's death and becomes determined to seek revenge against Hodak. They bring Elena to a secure location and explain to her that Hodak was targeting her because someone wants to prevent her from exposing the dangerous potential of Callisto. This device can be weaponized to trigger electromagnetic pulses, EMPs, that can cause fatal brain aneurysms. The team devises a plan to infiltrate Brock Industries and retrieve the prototypes of Callisto before the villains can get their hands on it. To confuse surveillance cameras and other employees at Brock Industries, the Angels all sport the same hairstyle. Jane manages to gain access to the lab, but they discover that Callisto is not located where Elena had anticipated. Eventually, they locate the device, and Elena attempts to use it to disable the power and bypass security. However, an unfortunate guard inadvertently stands in the way and suffers a fatal seizure when the trigger is activated. Boss swiftly leads the team out of the facility. Unbeknownst to them, Brock, the CEO of Brock Industries, has been observing the entire incident and is dismayed that Elena is still alive. Boss takes the Angels to the Berlin outpost of the agency, where they meet with the Saint. The Saint provides them with accommodation and organizes a small feast to honor Edgar's memory. The team analyzes their data and discovers that Fleming, Elena's boss, has taken the remaining Callisto prototypes. They trace his whereabouts to Istanbul and make plans to find him there. Boz has a meeting with an unidentified person, informing them about the situation in Istanbul and discussing what to do with Elena. The Saint equips the team with advanced gadgets as they prepare to travel to Istanbul. Jane seeks assistance from a woman named Fatima from her past, who had once taken care of her but was hurt when Jane abruptly left without explanation. Despite the tension, Fatima agrees to help, leading the team to Fleming's location. Boz learns that Fleming intends to sell Callisto the following day at the Turkish Derby. The team attends the Derby to keep a close watch on Fleming and follows him to a rock quarry. There, they discover that he is selling Callisto to a man named Smith, with Hodak also present. Smith insists on a demonstration, but Fleming deems it too risky. In response, Hodak shoots Fleming in the head. The situation quickly escalates as the team is discovered, and they engage in a fierce battle against the other assassins.
Is all yours.
Smith and Hodak manage to escape, and the Angels find themselves in need of assistance when Boss fails to respond to their calls. The team returns to the safe house, where suspicions arise regarding Boss's loyalty within the agency. At that moment, Elena receives a call from John, who warns them to leave immediately. Suddenly, an explosion rocks the safe house, forcing them to flee. Boss encounters Elena outside, seemingly aiming her gun at her, but Boss is shot by John. In a twist of events, John takes Elena with him for her safety. Sabina slowly recovers from her injuries, while Jane remains concerned by her side. The Saint brings Boz in, providing an opportunity for her to address the team's doubts about her. Boz explains that she had to leave the team because she had discovered that John was the true traitor. Knowing that John was in Istanbul, she had to track him down before he could harm the other Angels. They realize that Elena is now in grave danger, and Boz reveals that John is attempting to establish his own criminal network after being overlooked to succeed Charlie. The team devises a plan to infiltrate a party hosted by Brock, where he intends to present Callisto to his investors. Elena discovers that John is the mastermind behind the betrayal and is forced by him to reprogram Callisto according to his sinister plans. When she refuses, John reveals that he is holding Langston hostage, compelling her compliance. Meanwhile, Sabina and Jane infiltrate the party disguised as guests. In a meeting between Brock, Hodak, and John asserts his control and coerces Elena into reprogramming Callisto. He then attempts to activate the EMP to eliminate Elena and Langston. Once he leaves, Elena manages to free herself and Langston. Sabina and Jane confront Hodak in a fierce fight. Ultimately resulting in Jane throwing him over the balcony, impaling him on an ice sculpture. The team confronts John and his henchmen, but Boz coordinates the assistance of other Angels disguised as partygoers, swiftly subduing the henchmen. Sabina delivers a powerful punch to incapacitate John. To their surprise, Smith is revealed to be Boz's informant, secretly working to bring down John. The team departs, with Langston deciding to join them. During the credits, Brock is shown being arrested for his involvement. Elena is officially recruited as an Angel by Kelly Garrett, the classic Angel who has been using a voice simulator to communicate as Charlie. Elena undergoes intensive training with various instructors and joins other recruits in an air jump, but Boz instructs her to land the plane safely. Elena successfully completes the task and reunites with Sabina and Jane, solidifying their bond as a team. And the movie ended. What do you think of the movie? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We appreciate your support, so don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to receive notifications for future recaps. If you have any movie recommendations for us to recap, please let us know in the comments section as well. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.